Trigger warnings for episode 2 include memory loss, PTSD, mycophobia, death, decay, body dysmorphia, and minor descriptions of body horror. A list of the topics, themes, and subject matter featured in this episode can also be found in the video description. Welcome back to our second episode of The Last Arcanist, a Daggerheart campaign. I am Kylie Rose, your GM. We're going to get diving right in here, but we're going to do a little recap of where we last left our adventurers here, just to get us up to speed, since there's a little bit of time in between each episode. So where we last left the group, it had been about, we kind of dove in, it had been 200 years since the events known as the Unraveling, and a figure returned to the realms of Atalantia in hopes of sparking a time where Dwemer, the magic of the world, would return and bring on a time that would be known as the Age of the Bloom. The figure being the remaining Arcanist of old, Tegwin Saris, with a ritual practiced and thought out several times before she conducted it. Flowers began to bloom again in Cicatrix Grove, flowers shaped like dodecahedrons as motes of light infused with the long-lost Dwemer moved through the space, awakening those that were lost in the great battle against Ocularis and the Tenebrous forces. Each of you, our adventurers here, began to wake up and found the world in shambles. No idea that 200 years had passed as you were collected by members of a resistance group who led you to an area of safety. There you did learn that 200 years had passed, bringing up questions to be answered. Some were, but there were still questions that remained. From there, you all made your way through the fractured lands toward the underground tunnels of the Scarlet Dunes, first fording a river, avoiding the dangers that lurked in the water, across the boulder field where Tenebrous stone golems slept, until you finally reached the bridge that stretched across this massive chasm, where the earth seemed to fall into an endless abyss, where these boulders kind of floated around, defying gravity. It was here that a warning you had been given earlier came to be, as strange bells tolled before those bells were overcome by the sounds of massive wings and the sound of chains as a Centurion of Ocularis, Drazen the Tormentor, emerged from the chasm below, a chain in hand, ready to strike those down that opposed him. We watched as Gilda and Kari, two of the people that had found some of your members of your party, step forward to give you all time. Thessalus kind of stepping toward the rear of your group, motioning you all forward. And that's where we resume our story today, y'all. So, as this is all happening, time around you kind of seems to slow down as Drazen, the Tormentor, fully emerges, these dark obsidian wings flaring out, kind of that were once encircling them, now completely wide. You see they expand probably 25, 30 feet to the right and left, as in his hand is the spiked chain. In the other, you see him raising his hand upwards as stones begin to rise from the abyss below, kind of getting ready to launch at you like these stone arrows. What is everybody doing in this moment as you see this happening? Oh, we just lost. Oh, there we go. Awesome.
I have a wee question.
Yes, of course.
So last session, a wee bit before the end, I ended up rallying everyone to give them all a rally die. Technically, at the end of each session, we were supposed to clear all unspent rally dice. So are those gone at the moment, or did it happen late enough that we just want to say
I'm gonna say that you still have the We'll say that the rally dice are yeah. Yeah, so those are there for you. So, so you still have your rally dice, so that gets you an additional D6 to your. It can be to an action roll. Essentially, it can be used to put towards your. It can be used to put towards damage, and it can do other things too. I think you can roll it for hope. If you want to actually share, Róisín, kind of what the rally die does, since Daggerheart's new, and viewers can learn a little bit about how the system works.
So a PC can spend their rally dice to roll it, adding the results to their action roll, reaction roll, damage roll, or to clear a number of stress equal to the result. And then at the end of each session, clear all unspent rally dice. And currently, the rally die for me is a D6.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Cool. All right. So as you all stand here, kind of Gilda and Kari running forward, Varric and Tali kind of moving forward, past, kind of next to Thessalus here, Rishi, the Dracana, leading you forward across the bridge, Tegwin kind of standing to the side, looking towards these stones that are raising out of the abyss, Drazen kind of getting ready to throw some at you all. What are people doing here? And again, Daggerheart, there is no initiative, so it's kind of free flowing. So people can act when you're ready. You have time to think if you need to think on it, but pass it on to you all as this is happening here.
Ooh. Okay. I feel like Cordy kind of looks up and just sees this massive being, and he's just like, ah. And he just starts like, you see his hands come down and like go down towards his towards his legs, and he like pulls up, and as he does, I'm going to use my mysterious mist feature to cast a temporary thick fog that gathers around us within very close range, and it is heavily obscured.
Cordy.
Don't fall in!
Okay.
What's this made of, dude?
Heavily obscured on a bridge that doesn't have rails.
I thought about it after I said it. It's fine.
Solid.
If you find the edge, you'll know, right?
Okay. So you see this mist start to form around Cordy within, and you said it's very close range.
I'm sorry, I do have to make a spellcast roll to see if that happens. That's my bad.
Yes, make your spellcast roll. Let me know if it's with hope or fear.
Okay. That's good. I rolled an 11 and a 12, but it is with fear. So that's, what is
with
it?
Fear?
23 with fear.
23. Okay. Well, do you have your what's your modifiers?
Correct.
Plus 2 on it should be your proficiency. So 25. So 25 with fear. So that is a failure. That is a success with fear. So the fog starts to swirl around you. I think as the fog starts to swirl, you would see Drazen close his fist, like as you see all of this obscuring your view, and you see one of these stones fly across the space, and you see it. If somebody wants to, I'm gonna let you all roll. Go ahead. Somebody roll a d20 for me. For Kari to see. She needs to roll a 15.
14.
Okay. The last thing you see before this mist.
I have a really quick question before you do this.
Yeah.
How do reactions work in this game? Could I use
Yeah, you could use a reaction here if you'd like.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I have a quick reaction, mark a stress to gain advantage on a no reaction roll. If possible, I would like to use my reaction to like shoot at the stone to maybe like try and make it like break.
Okay. I will say it's a very, very big stone that's getting thrust at her. So I'm going to say, but it does have like you see it has like a gem kind of in the middle of it.
Okay. So
I'm going to say, I will tell you the DC, it's going to be a high DC.
Okay.
It's going to be a 20 DC to hit this.
Okay.
So it's going to be it will be your bow attack. So I think that's probably a +2 at this point, or maybe a little bit more, +4. It should say on your
a +2.
+2. Okay.
But I'm also going to use Ruthless Predator. I'm going to mark a stress. When you make a damage roll, you can mark but that's a
damage.
No,
right?
I still want to do this actually.
Okay.
Wait. No, just kidding. I don't, because I don't think rocks have stress. Unless they do.
I will say this rock does not have stress.
Okay, I didn't think so. I envy this rock. Would it be possible? So the way that I kind of want to like flavor this is I would like to sort of like slink down into the fog. And almost like kind of like sneak my way before popping up and like shooting at this rock.
Okay. I'll say just because it's happening, because it was rolled with fear and it was already set in motion. Yeah. I'll say as you kind of slink it, that's totally fine to do that. And you can, I will give you advantage on that kind of as you do it really quickly, kind of in that moment. So you'll get an extra D6 to your roll. Okay. Here. Plus you have your rally die as well.
Okay, we're looking good, friends. Okay, that is a 21 before modifiers, a 22 with the advantage die you gave me, 22, so 24 with fear.
24 with fear? Okay, so it shoots, and as that, as you shoot the arrow, it flies through the mist. Drazen, not realizing that you were moving into position, as you sling into position, you release the arrow. It hits that gem on the center of the stone. It almost splits in half, bisected as it goes past Kari. And she is going to, at that point, she's going to run into the mist. She's going to start moving in that direction. But with it being rolled with fear, that stone is gone. Being rolled with fear, Drazen is then going to, he's gonna throw it towards Gilda. He's gonna throw the chain towards Gilda now and try and grab her since she's the one visible. So I'm gonna do an attack for that. I will roll on the screen here so you all can see it. She has an evasion of 12. He has a +4 to his roll. So I will roll that now. Okay. He misses, because that's a 13. So you see as he, as that mist is fading, the chain flies. Gilda, kind of this older halfling woman, she does like a Mario jump. She just whoop as the chain goes right under her feet, and she kind of lands down, one hand touching the ground. You just hear like a crack in her back. She's like, oh. And she's gonna turn around and start. Yeah, they're like, no, this is probably something we just need to run from. So the two of them will start running your direction, bringing us back to your group. Drazen is gonna move a little bit, kind of following you in this moment. Go ahead.
Does the mist move with us?
I think it moves with Hugo, with Cordy.
Cordy.
Stationary area, so it's where I cast it.
Okay, so it doesn't move. So it's in that area right now.
Ooh, okay. Because Hugo just wants to book it.
Yeah.
Hugo wants to book it to the other side of this bridge. This is a precarious position to be in. Yeah, because they don't really have much to offer at this time. They're just going to say, maybe we should not be standing in the middle of a precarious bridge as he's throwing rocks at us. Should we just go?
I think that'd be wise.
Amazing. So as you hear Hugo yell that, Hugo, if you start running, go ahead and make, because of the distance of the bridge. So in Daggerheart, like you can kind of move from like very close to close and then to melee. But anything kind of beyond that, agility rolls will need to be made kind of within that movement. So if you want to make an agility roll for me, it's going to be it's only a DC 10 to get across the bridge without and make it to like kind of the undercover and be in a better place of safety in this moment.
I've got a 0 on agility.
Ooh.
Let's go.
You got to believe. You got that rally die too.
Well, I'm not going to use my rally die because it is fine. We got an 8 and a 7 with fear though.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So,
I got it right down.
Yeah. So what is that? 15?
15. Okay. So what does it look like as Hugo is just hightailing it towards the end of the bridge?
Considering that Hugo is just a little scarecrow. The way that they sprint and run is sort of like this shambling kind of like their whole body just sort of like kind of like wiggles a little bit. Yeah, it really is like a Muppet. There doesn't seem to be any like density to this movement, as he's just like you all see like this big hat just kind of like create a path through the mist as he just book it to a place of safety.
Amazing. I love it. So as you're kind of as Hugo's running through, you see go out of the fog there. I will say Drazen is going to just throw the chain, the spike chain, into the mist on that fear. Actually, yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna move a little bit, and let's see how many people are in there right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I'm gonna roll a D12 and see who it's gonna go after.
Could I do a reaction? I don't know if this would work. It's a feature.
What you thinking? Yeah, what you thinking?
I have this thing called Not This Time. So I spend 3 hopes to force any adversary within far range to re-roll an attack or damage roll. But this isn't an attack or a damage roll, is it?
It will be an attack roll in a second. So
Okay.
I will. Yeah.
Will be in a minute.
So he's going after Róisín. He's throwing throwing at the Dracona, the one that he's it's going to. He's like, oh no. So this will be. Let me roll for that. It's gonna be +4.
I'm so
misses. Róisín he has like a little quarterstaff. He like sticks it in the stone and he does like a little spin around as the chain flies and he lands on his feet. And he's like, I'm going. And he's just gonna start running towards the end of the bridge. Okay, so that's that. Who's as you see Róisín take off, Hugo's gone. Who wants to act next? As Drazen is still flying there, kind of each miss kind of getting closer and closer.
Are we running or are we fighting?
I think running.
I think this is a runaway moment.
Yeah. I think Thessalus wants to stay towards the back of the group, but I also have really good agility. Is there any way for me to help someone who might not have as good of agility get further forward on their agility roll?
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to help somebody, it can be I'll let you play it out this way. You can basically, the person that maybe you're looking to take, I would just give you advantage on your roll, Thessalus, rather than maybe just because you're helping them out. I would give you that benefit, kind of putting yourself for your companion. So if there's anybody that's kind of a little slower, go ahead, Elanor.
I was just gonna say, would you consider us to be on a dangerous cliff and or ledge or navigating a harsh environment and
1,000%.
Is it possible on that train of thought that JD had to use my Ridgeborn ability of being Ridgeboard steady to have advantage on rolls to traverse said ledge and or dangerous area, but give it also to other people if I help them?
I would let you, if you go to help somebody, I would let you give them that advantage. I wouldn't say it wouldn't stack, but I would say you could give other people that advantage, kind of showing them the pathway, essentially.
Cool,
I would let you do that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So is there anybody that would like Thessalus's help?
I have 0 agility.
I also have 0.
So
you can
I
fly.
wouldn't be upset.
Do you think Doc Mine's being picked up?
I feel like
Scoop them up as
flying
they
only
run.
puts you more close to the flying
Yeah.
thing.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, he's just.
That is sort of where the bad stuff is at the moment.
Bad stuff is.
So if you
Well, I
would,
think,
if you would like to pick up a little robot.
Yeah, I think as we're all kind of moving, this also aimed to sit at the back of the group, but as he kind of catches up with Doc, he'll go to scoop him up and Carry them along.
Okay, so you scoop up like a football, just
The ball.
yeah,
Saquon Barkley on there, man.
yeah. Amazing.
I am ball
so I'm
shaped.
You are.
Bowl you down on the bridge.
Yeah, like a bowling ball. Oh
At
my
some point, Thessalus is gonna bowl Doc into a group of enemies. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Incredible.
I think I've established that I can put all my limbs inside of my body.
I love that.
Incredible. Incredible. So as you go to pick up Doc, I'll say, because you are carrying another thing, the DC will be a little bit higher, but you still have advantage, and so it will be a DC 13 on this to get from there to all the way to the edge of the bridge, essentially.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and this will be an agility check on this.
Sweet. I got. We keep rolling with fear. I got a 16 with fear.
16 with fear. Okay, that's enough. Okay, so you pick up Doc. Thessalus runs by, grabs Doc like a little a ball of sort of sports ball, and makes it to the edge. As you're running though, I think Drazen is actually gonna like fly over the top of you all, and I'm going to. So there's there's 8 people left. He's going to see who's gonna go after, because the fear was rolled. Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's Elanor.
Nuh-uh. You take that back. Reroll.
It is.
Reroll.
So
Reroll an 8?
he kind of
Oh,
flies.
it's a
It will be with disadvantage because he's in you're in the fog that's by Cordy, because it is still there at this moment. So you kind of feel the wings. They're flapping essentially, kind of pushing this fog around, but you hear the sound of the chain kind of going, and you would see like there's this heavy presence. The fog itself almost feels like it's pushing down in all of you as this figure is above you, and you're just gonna hear the chain go down in through the mist at Elanor. So I'm gonna roll for that, and then
I thought the 1d8 was an attack roll, and I was very excited a moment ago. It's like, oh,
yeah, yeah. Let's see. So here we go, and then the d6 will be minus. Oh my god, this guy can't hit you for days. So that fog is coming in clutch. He throws it down. You see the chain. It hits it, and you start to see. I'm gonna spend some of that fear you all have been giving me. The bridge is starting to crack now.
Okay.
I'm gonna set a countdown timer.
We're scared, but so is he.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh boy.
Are you guys cool if I go?
Yep.
Okay. I think she's going to like, at the last second, if possible, kind of like do like a nice little somersault out of the way of the chain in the direction of Róisín, and she is going to grab Róisín's hand and tug him along like he is a Disney princess being like escorted by a prince through a forest.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. No, just like fully princess carry me. I'm light enough.
I have a -1 in strength, so I was thinking about
great,
doing
never
that,
mind.
but I fear it would not work.
Amazing. So Elanor, same thing, DC 13, but you have the Ridgeborn, so you have advantage on this. So go ahead and roll your agility plus.
What did you say the DC was?
Right? It's a 13.
Okay, thank God. We're good. We're fine.
With hope or fear.
We're fine. Agility? Oh yeah, we're so fine. That's a 15 with hope.
With hope? Oh, give yourself a hope.
Hell yeah.
Our first hope roll, I think.
I was looking a little bleak there for a second too. Thank God for the advantage.
Okay, awesome. So the two of you grab Róisín, you start moving through the mist. You go out, you see Drazen kind of look in your direction, but then shift back towards the mist. Who would like to jump in next?
I would like to jump in. As he briefly makes eye contact with me. Historically, this hasn't gone well against Tenebrous. But I would quite like to try to enrapture him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to use my experience Terrible Beauty as well. As for just like a fraction of a second, Róisín's form flickers and reveals something beautiful and otherworldly just lurking beneath his flesh. Yeah, so I need to make a spellcast roll.
You gotta make a spellcast roll. Here we
believe
go.
in you.
Please work. Let's see. That is a 9 with fear. So I'm going to actually do something else.
Wait.
Is that
going
an
to
action
use-
roll? Is that an action roll?
It
would
is,
be.
yes, spellcast.
So once I think Hugo sees as this sort of like energy, this presence that Róisín is expending out into the world and to try and turn the tide. Hugo reaches out a hand and places it on Róisín's shoulder and squeezes as I go ahead and use my reassurance to have you offer assistance. Oh wait, no, it has to be before the consequences take place. So I guess the consequences haven't taken place yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't taken place yet. Yeah.
You can re-roll your dice.
Okay, both of them?
I think so. Yeah, just as re-roll your dice.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's so good.
That is let me see, that's a 10 plus 2, so that is a 12. I'm going to use my rally die.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That is a 2, this is a 14.
By inches.
Does that work for a team of fear? If not, I have a thing.
no.
What if we cry? What if we say please?
It's
Well,
against
okay. Yeah,
it's
I'm
against
gonna,
his diff.
I'm going to spend 3 hope and use Luck Thunder to try to reroll that again.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Use it all.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Trying to pull on the strings of fate and play it like a harp to hopefully make things work better.
Such things
That is again a 10 with fear.
Oh no.
I will use my.
So it's a 14 in total.
I will then reach out and use my reassurance. So hopefully this final time we can do it. You are reassured again. Come.
You know what this
I'd like
is?
to make it known that whenever I first rolled these dice today, I got a crit. So they can crit, they can do good
Oh
stuff.
my god.
We're all just like, you
That
can do
is
it,
much
Cordy.
better.
It's a percentage game, guys.
So this is 19 plus 2 is 19 plus 2 is 21 plus 2 is 23 with
Oh
fear.
yeah.
With fear.
Yeah,
Okay.
22
Okay.
with fear.
Okay.
I'm going to enrapture him and draw all his attention away from everyone else on the bridge, and I'm going to focus on me instead.
Oh my god. Okay. Amazing. So, and that was with fear though, right? Is that
Yes.
you said? Okay, beautiful. Amazing. So, as you enrapture Drazen here, their head pivots towards you, and you kind of just see it. It almost like it's looking at the group, but then it just like bends unnaturally towards you, and the torso kind of bends on its it just pivots in this weird way, and you see it start spinning that chain, and it's going to, and you remember this chain, it is infinitely long. He's just gonna throw it towards you and try and impale you with it and pull you towards him, scorpion style.
Could I use my reaction to have us switch places so it's at me and not at Róisín?
If you want to.
I'm singing that.
Yeah,
Cool.
if you want to. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to mark myself stressed so I can have advantage on this.
Okay.
I will
roll.
also mark a stress so that my enrapture also stresses Drazen.
Ooh, okay. Sweet.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to be a +4 to... You got to beat a 19 this time.
Okay.
Because it's 15 plus 4. Yeah.
11, 5 is 16,
16.
plus 1 is 17, plus my agility. Am I using agility?
This would be for... Yes, it would be
Okay.
agility. Yeah, yes.
So 11 plus 5 is 16, plus 1 is 17, plus 2 is 19.
Dang, exactly what you need. So that you switch. So what does it look like as you switch spots with Róisín and dodge this chain as it flies towards you? This is Drazen's worst day.
I think what it looks like, so I have to like do this with my body so I can describe it. She's like holding on to him like behind her back, and as she like turns and sees this, it's almost like a spin. And as she does, she like kind of kicks Róisín so that way he gets off the bridge entirely, and then just does like uses the momentum to kind of do like another little like forward handspring to like dodge the chain.
Sick.
Like, gymnast vibes. That's why I got the +2 in agility. I'm gonna be so for real. To do the sick flips.
I love it. Amazing. So as we see Elanor move Róisín out of the way, then do that kind of that hand sprint as a chain flies by, it comes back into his hand, and I think you see the other one raise up, and he starts to gather one of the larger stones to throw in that direction if he gets the chance. But we're gonna pivot back to the rest of the group that's on the bridge still. That's Tegwin, Cordy, Varric, Tali, Kari, and Gilda still. So what's Cordy doing?
As I kind of see these shadows run through me in the mist, I will kind of start to kind of run forward myself. And as I get out of the mist and I see that he is focused over in that direction with like Róisín and Elanor and stuff, I think I will kind of, seeing that he is distracted for a moment, as I run, look up and cast Slumber on Drazen.
Oh.
See if that happens. We'll see about that.
Okay.
Just to make sure, you also have to be at a very close range.
Is very close like touch, or is it?
Yeah.
Is it like between?
Very close is within. I believe very close is within. Hold on, let me double check. I just want to double check on this because I'm using like the optional rule for very close. So 15 feet. So I think he's up in the air. So, yeah. If you move closer to, he's like 20 feet from you. Like kind of if we do like Pythagoreans, if you move closer to him,
can we say that as I run out of the mist, I run kind of in that direction, and as I come out, I'm like kind of right under him, and that's why I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Does that work? I don't want to.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Okay. No, that's perfect. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and make that spellcasting roll.
It just says on a success. I don't know what I have to roll here. I guess that would be against his.
You gotta beat his. You gotta beat his difficulty.
Cool.
So, yeah, I'll let you know if you beat it. Go ahead and roll for me.
Okay, that is a 12 with hope +2, so 14 with hope.
So I
think I can add 3 to that.
Oh,
with my prayer dice, I can spend it. I've already rolled my prayer die at the top of it, and I added, and I rolled a 3 on a d4. I can use any dice value to reduce income, add to a roll's result after the roll is made. So
does it have any specifics on range, or does it just say?
It says, I believe it's very far. Within far range. Within far range. Am I within?
So 12 squares. So that's 60 feet. Here, I think it might. Yeah, you're like 130 feet away right now.
Damn.
You have your rally die though, don't you?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I might as well use that because anything I roll on it is gonna make it hit, right? So, a 1. That's what I needed.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's literally. So what does it look like as you cast Slumber on this Centurion in this moment? He's learning a lot about you right now, which is good.
I think Cordy exits the fog and is like kind of right underneath him and is like, oh god, and he like kind of looks up and the kind of mushrooms on his back like just like and like release these like spores that he like directs up with some magic, and they just go straight up into Drazen's faceless mask, I assume. I can only assume with how scary this guy is. And I think, like, I mean, I won't speak for you. I don't know how it happens, but I would love if he just fell. I would love if he just...
Yeah, literally you see the wings kind of, they go limp and like tuck into the body. And I think as you see him starting to fall back down into this darkness, you also see the stones that he had summoned up start to fall as well back into the abyss below. And you just hear the chain as Drazen falls down back into the abyss from whence he came. So
I think that
amazing
Cordy
job.
is just as surprised that worked as everybody else. And so I think he just like kind of turns to everybody wide-eyed and he's like, now! And he just begins to kind of book it because that can wear off kind of soon. Asleep until they take damage or the GM spends a fear on their turn to clear it. So
yeah. So I will say this is everybody's running. Everybody's running. The rest of the group on the, because I'm going to spend fear to wake him up.
Fair.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So you get across the bridge. You get to safety. Effectively getting out of this skirmish here. As you see Róisín running towards what looks like a bunch of like downed debris. He starts to remove it there, and you would see then there's like some small boulders. He takes one of the small boulders and moves it across, and there is this the hatch there. He opens it up and he's like, all right, everybody, get in, let's go. And you would just see it's just stairwells that descend down into darkness.
Yeah.
I'm hopping in.
I want to go back.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to do that again.
Okay. Amazing. All right. So, with that said, y'all, you make your way there to safety. Tegwin kind of takes, make sure everybody gets in, and she would be the last one to go. But you stop. You save. Yeah, that was looking scary for a couple seconds there, but nobody fell. So you make your way to the underground tunnel, and I think what you would notice first when you step into it, the atmosphere itself is damp, and there's a lot of moisture within the air. And within taking a couple steps, the vibration from your footfalls, you would start to see the walls lighting up as all of these bioluminescent mushrooms start to illuminate this pathway. It's pretty tight, the tunnel, but enough where you can move around. Like you can 2 by 2, you could go down it, but the ceilings are certainly low. Some of you that are a bit taller might have to kind of hunch down a bit, but they start leading you down this tunnelway. As you move through the tunnel, you would eventually reach this this opening where this kind of small cavern, and you would see a bunch of people, individuals, dozens of individuals waiting. You would see some young, some old, survivors of the unraveling, well, family of those that survived the unraveling that were born into this world. Unless you see there's some like elven folk and stuff like that. Some of the ancestries that live a little bit longer. The older individuals would probably be those types of individuals. But as you get there, there's a small little like there's a mushroom that's kind of in the middle that's illuminating the space. It has this orange, red, and yellow glow to it, and actually is giving off heat, this mushroom down here. And you would see Tegwin would look at you all, and there would be a grin on her face, and she would say to you all, "That was impressive. I think you all well, maybe I did. I'm glad everyone's safe. Please sit. I'll have Róisín will get some water and bread for those that would like it. there's a few things I need to check on, but please rest. There's a lot to still talk about, and to go back to what I said earlier, if this is not the path you would like to take, I want to give you a choice on what you would like to do, but I do hope you will help. And you would see she would step away for a moment, and there would be this older Dracona off to the side that she would go and start speaking with. But Róisín would walk up kind of skulking, and he'd say, water. I got some like flatbread with some like oil and I roasted some garlic earlier. Is anybody hungry? We have some like little cots over there if you want to sit down and rest. I don't know how long Tegwin will be, but please make yourselves at home.
I'm sorry.
It's a little...
Did you all make this place? Or...
No, this is... You would have traveled for a couple of hours, honestly, to get to this point. Or like an hour or so.
What, like after the bridge?
And he would say...
Oh, okay.
I would say after the bridge. Maybe like...
Bridge. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. It was a little... It would have been a little bit of trekking afterwards. But I think just like all the adrenaline and everything, like it happens... It almost is like instantaneously. But he says, no, these tunnels were made by people like me. This is the first Dracona people are from the tunnels beneath the Scarlet Dunes.
And they enjoy mushrooms as well.
Yes.
And I'll just kind of walk off and just start touching the mushrooms on the ceiling and going to the one in the middle.
No, they started... it doesn't matter. He's too focused.
Just let him touch the mushrooms. He'll be quiet.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, well, please, get yourselves comfortable. I'll, glad you're all right. And he would skulk off, leaving you all here for a moment to kind of take a second to breathe. You would see a lot of the folks that are within this chamber looking at your group, a curiosity. There would be like a little halfling girl that would walk over and just kind of look at you all and then like run away. But yeah, as you all are kind of standing here, what's everybody kind of after that event? What's everybody kind of doing, feeling in this moment as you have a second? What's been a crazy, probably past 4-5 hours?
Would it be possible for me to do like some sort of check to see if I could tell if how do I want to word this? Can I tell if anybody is from our time? I think I want to do like a check to see if anyone else. I mean, I know that we were told that we were the only ones waking up, but I don't think Elanor truly believes that.
Yeah, so I think as you look around, I'm not going to make you roll for it. I think you have enough perceptiveness and things. And the nice thing about Daggerheart is like, it really takes into account like what are your skills rather than making you have to roll for everything.
Yeah.
It's almost like a passive type thing. So as you look around, you would see there are, as far as you can see, there are people from your time, like when you all would have been alive 200 years ago, but you see like this older dwarvish man. You see this, they still look kind of young, but you see this elven woman that's a bit older. You can definitely tell she's been around for a bit. But beyond that, there's kind of like the other older people. You see like some humans and halflings. There's actually an old Galapa in here as well, like a turtle folk. And they're kind of chilling over the corner. He's just smoking a little pipe, and he's got like a little, he has like a little bandana over his eyes, and he's just smoking a little pipe over there. And he's got a bunch of like you can see like parts of his shell are kind of broken and old. And, but yeah, he's just sitting there just think we lost Jake. His computer probably overheated.
That's what he's saying.
Oh, no.
He's like,
yeah. But so you would see a few people that are definitely, I would say, based on their ancestries, you would know that they were probably around during the unraveling.
Okay.
But the rest of the people would be individuals that would have just been born during the 200 years over the 200 years that the event has since the event happening. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Of those people who have been alive, do I recognize any of them?
No.
Dang.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what you would see. I think that little like kind of as Eleanor's looking around, what's everybody else kind of doing in this moment as you take in this space and now are in immediate danger for the first time really since you have woken up?
I think Thessalus kind of, even before 200 years ago, didn't really know what to do with himself outside of combat. And I think now, kind of having come back into a world where maybe it's for a reason, maybe it's important, now that things have kind of gotten quiet again, I think he really doesn't know what to do with himself other than maybe what's been mentioned. So I think he'll kind of do a bit of a round of each of the things that was mentioned by Róisín. He'll kind of go get some maybe some flatbread and oil and some water, and then kind of go sit on a cot for a while. But the whole time, he's very clearly just doesn't really know what to do with himself and is waiting for kind of further instruction, I guess. He kind of has nothing left to look for himself here, so I think he's waiting for purpose again.
Okay. Oof. Okay. All right. So as you do that, as you go over and collect the food, Thessalus, you would see it's over next to the old Galapa, and he's kind of like grilling it up, and you see as you get over, he just kind of turns over, he goes, "Hey, how are you?"
I'm fine. Could I trouble you for some bread?
Oh, you want some flatbread? Okay. Yes, of course. Let me get it for you. And he picks it up and hands it. He says, "So what's your name? You smell like earth."
I guess I was just buried until recently.
Oh, you're one of those. I wasn't sure if it'd work. Oh,
yeah.
Good day.
Yeah, I guess I'm glad to see that there's been some progress, I guess.
Oh.
Hope we can be useful.
Well, hopefully. I mean, that'd be good. I really don't like living underground. It's kind of... I mean, I can't see anymore, but, I can just feel it. It's in my old... Well, my shell, It's kind of... Gets heavier every day. But, well...
I used to get claustrophobic from the helmet, but I guess I got used to it at some point.
Oh, you're wearing a helmet. Could I... Well, this is kind of a weird question. Could I like, touch your helmet?
Touch my helmet?
I'm curious to see what it feels like.
Yeah, I guess
Did you lean down? he reaches a little Galapa hand. Yeah, he just said, "Oh, this is finally made."
Yes, I won it.
You won it? Were you a warrior?
Yeah, of a kind.
Oh.
The previous owner no longer had need of it.
Oh, so you... Oh, all right, I see. I won't mess with you. Oh, strong
I'm sure
man.
you can take me.
Back in when I was a young Galapa, maybe I had this trick. I called it. They called me the Blue Shell Blitz. You know.
I'm sure it was a sight to see.
Oh yeah. When you think you're gonna win, I come in last minute and take it all away.
Element of surprise is powerful. Well, thank you for the bread.
Of course. If you need more, come and see me.
Will do.
All right. And he just goes back and is just making more. He puts his pipe in his mouth and he's just making some more bread and throws it on the little it's like these it's basically these like heated stones. They have a few of those mushrooms that kind of look like flames next to the stone that's heating it up, and you just hear the as he's cooking the flatbread. As we kind of pivot from Thessalus there, and what's everybody else kind of doing in this moment as you have some time?
I think Doc sort of gravitates towards the halfling girl that like approached us and goes to find her. Yeah, I think you you walk over and she's got like a little stuffed animal. It's pretty haggard. It looks definitely handmade. It's a little it kind of looks like a mixture of like a it's a fox, but it's got a bunch of like some extra tails on it, and she's just holding it close as you walk up. She goes, "Hi. Hi.
How are you?"
I'm well. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. Your hat's cool. Neat.
Thank
Pretty.
you.
I don't know.
I feel this is a cliche, but I woke up like this.
Oh. Well, you look pretty good.
Thank you. What's your name?
Yeah. Ezzy.
It's nice to meet you, Ezzy. You can call me Doc.
Doc. So you're like do you heal people? Is that what you do?
I think so.
Oh. And she points to the little the little lapel that you have on your she says, "What's that?"
Doc sort of looks down at it and looks back up at her and goes, "I'm not quite sure, but I think it means something good."
Probably, hopefully.
I would hope so as well. Who's your friend?
Oh, this is well, I don't really. I just call it Foxy. I know it's not very original, but just the name I came up with.
I think it's very spiffy.
Yeah, I like foxes. I hope to see a real one someday.
Hopefully it's a nice fox and not a mean fox.
Right. Are they mean? Have you met a...
I've not met many foxes in my day, but I some animals are mean and some are nice, just like people, I guess.
What? Yeah, some people are mean. What's the coolest animal you've seen?
There's my friend has this cool bird.
I love birds.
That they can sort of talk to in their mind, I think.
Whoa, her eyes get enormous. And if you've seen a little halfling baby, or a little halfling kid, their eyes they got big ol' eyes.
Doc goes, "Isn't that just the coolest thing?"
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can't.
Wow.
I think almost everyone else in my group can like talk to things in their heads, and I can't do that. So that's just really cool.
I mean, I'm sure you have like special things you can do too. I mean, everybody's special in their own way, right?
I think so. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. You mean? Sometimes I do that.
Do you have anything fun that you like to do?
Yeah, I do. I like to collect rocks.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a big rock collection. You want to see?
Yes. Do you name your rocks?
Yeah, of course. She runs over. She runs over. She's actually she runs over and she pulls out a little small metal box. You just hear it, and she goes, "Well, and she pulls out this like kind of shiny emerald rock. She goes, this is Benji. This one's Enzo. I named it after the turtle. I mean, not the turtle. The Galapa. I named it after him.
Oh,
he's funny. He tells really funny stories.
He looks funny.
And then this one, what?
I said he looks funny.
He is funny. He's a sweet old man though. You eat food? I'm sorry, that's a bad question.
No,
I don't know.
It's fine. I don't think I do. I don't have a mouth. So I can't quite like if I
How do you talk then? Is it just
I think the
That's
words
really
and they
cool.
just come out, I guess.
That's pretty cool. That's neat. Wow.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure where the sound comes from.
From your heart.
Maybe.
Aw.
That's a really
Well-
sweet idea, and I think I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay. She would hand you one of the rocks. She says, do you want the Benji rock?
Sure.
Is it? Okay. It's my lucky rock. Hopefully it'll bring
I
you
don't
luck too.
want to take your lucky rock.
No. Oh my gosh, I have so many lucky rocks in here.
Oh, well,
That's my favorite lucky rock though, and I want you to have it.
though I'll like open up like a compartment in my body and then just put it in there and close it.
Mhm.
Now,
You're like you can like store stuff in your body?
yeah, I'm finding
Oh
new
my
places
God.
to put different things every day.
That is well. Okay. Well, she's got she could tell she's just getting distracted and she goes, I'm gonna go I gotta go. And she runs up back into you just see she kind of runs into the crowd, disappears in there. That is a special rock that she gave you.
Oh.
So that rock, once a day, you can add an extra D4 to a roll with that rock. So it's a lucky stone. So it gives you a little, lucky rock. Yeah.
Wow. Didn't think I was getting a magic item when I started that interaction.
You know? Yeah. Cool. All right. So as little Ezzy runs off, what's everybody else doing here? Kind of as we kind of shift the spotlight over in this moment here.
I think Róisín is going to approach Elanor and say, "You're very eager, or too eager by half, to get yourself hurt."
She does not make the reaction face that I just made because I feel like that'd be really out of character. But just know that I did make that face on purpose. She kind of blinks at Róisín in a reaction and looks down, kind of trying to find the right words to say. Or rather, and she'll finally respond with, I'm not entirely sure if it's eagerness for myself to be harmed or eagerness for others not to be harmed. I believe there's a difference.
Could be a wee bit of both, but I'm appreciative nevertheless.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. I'm sorry I did not have the chance to communicate to you my plan. However, there were multiple things, including the inability to communicate, that went into not communicating to you.
Very well worded.
Well, I'm one for action, not for words, even before. And she vaguely gestures to her hands.
Before having to use this.
I think so. I remember the feeling of talking. And I think I remember what my voice sounds like now that we've had a few, well, at least one person communicate to me telepathically, but I don't know when exactly it went away. And I don't remember. She actually freezes for a second, and her eyes kind of get this like far away glance for a moment.
I think Róisín is going to gently put his hands over Eleanor's and say, don't think, don't follow the thoughts, follow the feeling. Try to see that'll lead you back.
She takes a really big, deep breath. And will actually, like, grasp Róisín's hands a little bit. And her eyes kind of, like, search as she waves through what I think can only be described as nothing but smoke. I think that's the way that I see her memory loss. It's almost like when you put ink in water and you see it kind of like swirl, but there's still like this separation between the water and the ink. And the more she thinks, the more the ink kind of starts to create clear pictures. I have a very, like, the only way that I really could use to describe the way that I see it is referencing a franchise I do not want to reference. And so I think she just kind of sits there moving through these inky memories, through this water, before just kind of sighing and letting go of Róisín's hands and finishing her thought and saying, I don't remember why I learned to communicate like this. I just know that I'm not comfortable. And that doesn't feel like the right word, but she continues, I'm not quite comfortable with the reason why they taught me this way of communicating.
Well, I'm quite sorry to hear that. Hopefully, all of these sort of twisted threads of memory will hopefully untangle themselves and weave themselves into something more workable.
Do you remember everything from before?
More or less. Pretty perfectly, actually. I've always been one to remember things.
Do you wish you didn't?
No, never. It's important that I remember what I'm supposed to. I hate to forget all the people I've met.
Did we meet before?
Unfortunately, I can't say that I had the pleasure. I'm sure I would have remembered you make quite the impact.
Well, I'm glad that we have met now. And I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. And if, you want to take more blows from me in the future, I'd be very eager to graciously accept that.
I'm sure you and I both know that there is more than a possibility of that happening.
I'd say I'm looking forward to it, but it doesn't quite match the mood.
Oh, well, what can I say? I'm always one to somersault headfirst into danger. I find it's a lot of fun, especially when you have fun people to do it with.
Oh. They're just trying to flatter me.
Well, don't let it get to your head. She'll,
No, please keep doing it. I'll get you anywhere.
She'll pat him on the shoulder and then go off to get some food.
Amazing. As Elanor pats you on the shoulder, heads over to get some food. The Galapa just loads a plate up for Elanor. He says, "There you go. Eat up. I put extra garlic. Do you like garlic? Do you want one with no garlic on it?"
She's holding this. She's holding this
all right.
plate.
Oh, very quiet.
She
Okay,
can't
that's fine.
communicate.
This is awkward.
She's gonna glance
here's
over at
two.
Thessalus. She's gonna glance over at Thessalus in please help.
Oh, you're very hungry. Do you want a third? A fourth? Oh my goodness!
Looking from a ways away, just kind of shoving bits of flatbread into his helmet. Kind of gives a shrug.
He says, "I can only give you 4, so here you go."
She's just gonna solemnly walk back to the group and go with the plate of flatbread.
Amazing. So, kind of as you come back over to the group, cut over. What's Hugo up to? And then I'm going to jump over to Cordy in a minute too.
Yeah, I think Hugo actually, as that interaction by the food table had been happening, right before Elanor arrived, Hugo had grabbed their own plate of food before walking off, and the camera sort of follows them, and they walk off and find a little area to kind of be by themselves. They don't eat, they can't, but they set the plate down and then of course just grab Avera and set her down as well right beside the plate as he just watches her eat, and then looks over the crowd of people with this kind of forlorn look of just a sense of being lost. And yeah, just reeling still from what it is that they went through earlier in the day. Well, Avera, seems like we could potentially be heading in the direction of a lot more of that.
Well, this is really good, by the way. Thank you. Well, I think it's good. I mean, it's I can't really taste it, but I think it's good. In my mind, it's good. I think we'll be okay, though. I mean, I think we got to see kind of what the rest of... I'm scared, if I'm being honest.
Well, I'm glad to hear that one of us is being honest.
Oh.
I don't know how to feel currently. Just wondering if the right thing to do, if this is the right place to be.
I understand.
Why? Know how to approach the rest of our new friends either. Doc has been nice, right?
Yeah, I really, Doc's been really nice. I think, maybe we're here to find out why we're supposed to be here. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. But I don't know.
On the road of many uncertainties, one thing we can be certain of is that we'll find answers along the way.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm here with you.
And they would kind of like lean into Hugo a little bit. She would.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Quite embarrassed of the fact that I was first to run. Everyone seemed so capable. I don't think I've ever been much capable myself, even before this.
Oh. I mean, I don't think running is necessarily a sign of being incapable. I think you running showed others maybe to do the same. It was a scary moment. I don't know. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Thank you.
Oh.
Wings kind of shrug a little bit.
Hugo is going to essentially just remain there, and as they are watching Avera eat, they will, and again, they've got their quarterstaff close to themselves. They're sort of like keeping very in a sort of insulary and very separate from the rest of the group, a physical representation of this anxiety of just being unsure of everything that there is, you know, and they're going to just look at their hands, these burlap fingers, and almost pick at some of the threads, and in just sort of like a stimming kind of way. And as they do, they pull on a thread a little bit too long as the thread begins to sort of unravel. And they're like, oh, that's no good. And as they start to maybe try and mend it back, there is a squirming that they suddenly see from within. And it halts them as this sort of like squirming, fungus-like network of things begin to retreat back into the hay and the structure of their body. And rather than seek the knowledge of what that could be, they do their best to mend the thread back and try their best to not think about what lies deeper still within their own skin.
Okay. I think as you do that, would you say Avera is kind of like eating a little bit and looking up at Hugo? Would there be any kind of distinction in facial features in this moment? Any kind of the way Hugo might be holding their body as they see this?
There is a tension. There even more so than before, but it's this wide-eyed expression that the moment they notice Avera looking, Hugo once again sort of relaxes and smiles and like,
okay. Awesome. All right. I think you just see the head tilt a little bit, and then Avera goes back and she starts eating more of the bread and does not pursue that any further at this time. Okay. Awesome. So as Hugo starts to stitch up, try and forget, move away from what they just saw, we'll pivot away for a moment over to Cordy. Cordy, you said you were walking up to kind of look shroom to shroom. Yeah. You walk over to the mushrooms up on the wall, right? Those bioluminescent ones. Right? Is that where you were going? Or were you going to the different? Were you going to the other one?
I was kind of on the way, like looking at those like glowing ones, but I was heading towards the one in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty large too. I would say it's imagine like a manhole cover. It's about that big. It's a huge mushroom. Again, it's glowing. The flesh on top of the mushroom ebbs and flows with color, shifting from deep reds to orange to yellow. Just this, like a dancing flame, but with on top of this mushroom. And I think you would see too, there are like little nodes on top of it that release a little bit of. That's like where like you see like a little bit of vapor coming out of it, but the vapor smells like, it doesn't smell like smoke. It almost smells like kind of smells like cedar, honestly. It's kind of like a not a terrible smell. If people like the smell of cedar, I love the smell of cedar, but but it has that kind of cedar smell to it as it comes out. But yeah, you approach, looking at the mushroom, and you would see kind of like in your as you look at it, you would see kind of two of those nodes like shift and look towards you as they appear to like eyes open up, and there's like a little slit on this big mushroom that just goes, "What are you looking at?"
Ah, a Mycelius embarrass. And I think he sits down and kind of just puts his hands to the ground and begins to kind of just feel the web and begin to kind of connect with this thing. I'm looking at your beauty, of course.
Beauty? I don't know about that.
Ah, well, you should think more kindly of yourself.
Oh, I thought you were talking about yourself.
A funny one as well. And I think he kind of just sits there like this is somewhat normal. And then as he's kind of got his hands on the ground and feeling that connection in the web, I think he feels a third. And he kind of looks down toward the base of the mushroom, and there is a small snail at the base of the mushroom. Tiny little snail guy, and as he looks closer, underneath the shell, out comes one tiny little mushroom. And he looks and he says, "Ah! Hello!" "I shall call you Philip." And he puts his hand out and waits for the thing to crawl up into his hand.
It just starts crawling up.
"Hello, Philip." He puts him on the shoulder. And that will be my little snail companion that I get for being a wizard.
Amazing.
That thing,
Well,
can I eat that thing?
Oh, no. He was feeding from your warmth, of course.
Feeding from your warmth.
So, any fun happenings here? Anything interesting?
Yes. Well,
Care to elaborate?
what's in it for me?
Ah, a smart one. What would you like?
Philip.
Oh, I quite like Philip. Anything else?
A piece of your clothing.
Much easier. And he just kind of like looks down and just like kind of puts it right on top of the mushroom.
It starts to just it just catches on fire.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
What do you want?
I've, as I previously said, anything fun? Any?
Oh, that's right.
Right. Yes.
Well, it's kind of a little it's getting a little tight down here. We had some attacks a couple of days ago.
Attacks?
Yep. Yeah, some people snuck down. Yeah.
Snuck down?
Yeah, those weird, like, tenebrous.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how did the people here fare? I don't see any.
Oh, a few died, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, how sad.
Feeds the web, though.
It does, yes, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm
Feeds the
talking about.
web.
Yeah.
I do, yes.
Cycle of life.
Anyone important who died?
I don't know.
No, right?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yes, well, thank you. I'm glad you were not harmed in this attack.
Nope.
Good. Well, I may sit here for a bit and feel the warmth of your glow, but...
Don't sit too close.
No, but okay, why?
5 feet distance.
5 feet
Don't
distance.
burn yourself.
1, 2...
There you go.
3... and he just kind of moves back a little bit. And yeah, he just kind of continues to conversate with this mushroom and with Philip.
Is anybody else looking over towards Cordy in this moment? Just want to
for the lulz, sure.
Absolutely.
I think Thessalus has been sitting and eating, just watching everyone do their things.
You hear the snail making the noise. The mushroom isn't. The mushroom is silent.
Cordy?
Doc, yes.
Everything okay?
Everything's wonderful. I'm having a beautiful conversation with Philip and my friend, this Mycelius Embarrass here.
Is this one of your, like, inside the head conversations you do?
One of the what?
So, like, you're talking, right?
Yes.
And you're using your mouth, and the sound is
Yes.
coming out, obviously, as
Mm-hmm.
as it happens when one talks.
Yes.
The mushroom doesn't have a mouth. And no sounds coming out, for at least for me. I can't speak for everyone else here.
I'm not hearing anything either.
I must confess, I don't know what you mean. It's been a wonderful conversation, and I think maybe Cordy looks back in that moment and the mouth and eyes are gone. It's been a wonderful conversation.
Was there an end to that sentence? Was that the period?
Was there not one?
It seemed like there was a comma or like a semicolon getting ready to happen.
I'm also a little bit confused because at one point you said that you didn't want to give up your snail. Was the mushroom asking for your snail?
Yes. But I gave him a bit of clothing instead in exchange for some information.
Yes, that's an equal trade.
Yes, of course. In his eyes, of course, yes.
Do I see the piece of clothing? Like, where is it at?
Yeah, where did it go?
It's smoking now on top of the mushroom. Yeah, it's like yeah. So that really that happened.
Got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you like giving sacrifices or something to some sort of mushroom god?
No, just a bit of exchange for information is all.
What information?
And
he said that they were attacked a few days prior. Some tenebrous. A few died. No one important.
I think everyone's important. I hope.
Of course, yes, of course. Everyone's so important.
everyone is so important. It's insane.
Yeah.
And it really felt like you believed that.
Well, I have no reason not to believe it. I'm sure if we asked someone here, there would be record of this attack. Are you insinuating that I am somewhat what are you getting at here?
There just seemed to be a bit of a tone, sort of like, yeah, everyone's important.
Oh, that. Sure, well. Yeah. The web must be fed, and the life and death cycle goes on. It happens,
The
It's
web
not making
must
this any better.
be fed?
Yeah, of course. We are all part of it. We all return to it eventually.
What's their deal?
The mushroom
you're
looks
back.
at you again.
These are my friends. This is Doc, and over there making the hand signals is Elanor.
I have a question for you, Cordy. Does your mushroom understand my... She like rolls her eyes. Hand signals.
I just kind of look towards the mushroom.
You see it. You see it go.
The mushroom shakes his head.
Moving?
No, you don't see it. Cordy does.
I do not believe it does.
And you know what? I'm intrigued now. And she's like fully doing this for her own amusement. What is the mushroom's name?
I haven't asked. I've only referred to it as its species. So,
That's a little rude. You should ask people their names when you speak to them.
You are right.
Mm.
What would your name be?
My name?
Yes.
Theodore.
Theodore.
I go by Theo, though.
Theo. Theo.
Oh,
It's
it is
Theo.
nice to meet you, Theo. You are a lovely conversationalist, I
Well,
assume.
again, he doesn't understand your... So
Wait.
I will translate. So...
Oh no! I want to see how this. She gestures. She's like, yeah. Let me see how this plays out.
I think instead of speaking to the mushroom, Cordy just kind of like reaches a hand down to the ground and kind of sends them through the web to the mushroom, like kind of what she is saying. And you know what? Maybe even if I can, what I'll actually do is, because that telepathic connection is still active at the moment.
Okay, that's
I
what
will
I thought.
kind of reach into the web and kind of try to just be a conduit and like let her words flow through me and into Theo.
Okay.
Wait, if he does this, would I be able to hear Theo?
So as Cordy goes to do that, there's something actually else that happens in this moment. You see the old Galapa get up, and you would actually notice that the mushroom is starting to like lose its color. It's starting to turn gray, and you see the Galapa go over with a big cleaver and just
ho!
And he holds up the mushroom. He says, "Oh, it doesn't work anymore."
Oh my god. Okay.
Did we just witness the murdering of Theo?
Well, the web has to be fed, right?
These make excellent stir fry.
I'll have
dinner
some.
for everybody.
I'm sorry.
Cordy just immediately.
You're excited about the fact that you are about to eat your friend Theo.
It's all part of the web. He's feeding the web again. Yes.
What is the web?
They're very tasty. The Mycelius embarrass, very, very tasty mushrooms. Little bit of a kick to them.
Oh yeah, they're very spicy. It's kind of the remnant. That's the resonance of the heat.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of
Mycelius embarrass?
More than just embarrass. Other ones as well.
Oh yes, yeah, they're good. That's very good bar as well.
I thought you were cooking that for everyone.
Oh yeah, I was tasting it. That sure is good. It's good.
I can't eat, but I know that's unsanitary.
Saliva is actually very sanitary, but we don't have to get into that conversation.
Kind of. This is true. Kind of.
As much as I enjoy this conversation, I would like to circle back to a question Doc had about the web. Because I too am curious as to what it is. And how to avoid it.
What did it? Oh, well, I don't know why you would want to avoid it, but also how you would avoid it. It's an inevitability. It's everywhere, all-encompassing. You see it all around us. The mycelial array, the web. As fungus and mushrooms, everything is connected. All of it.
Through mushrooms.
Well, through fungus, mushrooms. Yes. And
why?
I'm not quite sure I understand the question. It's not so much of a why, as much it just is. There's a bit in everything. The web is all-encompassing. When we die, we feed the web, return to it. Perhaps that is, I may have given myself willingly.
It's like reincarnation.
No. You add to it. We all become it, return to it.
So, if we all return to it when we die, why didn't we? If we all become... If you assume that when a creature dies, as I am quite familiar with, or a plant dies, fungus typically overtakes it and consumes it and returns it back to the earth. If you willingly gave yourself to it but didn't entirely get consumed, why didn't the rest of us become consumed like you?
Well, I think, based on previous interactions and things like that, I think Cordy shoots a passing glance over to Hugo before quickly looking back towards our conversation.
Do I notice this?
Hugo's in a corner, like poking at Avera, playing with Avera. Just like,
Yeah. So I would say you would probably notice the quick.
Okay.
You're perceptive enough, Elanor.
Okay.
I must confess, Elanor, I do not know quite all the details. There's as much mystery in the web as there is, everything. I don't know. But perhaps it knew to preserve you for another purpose.
As Cordy says that, she's actually going to glance over at Tegwin. And there is a little bit more, I don't know if the right word is resentment or anger or what the word is, but there is a bit more less trust in Eleanor's gaze as she glances over at Tegwin.
animosity.
Yeah, thank you. And she doesn't break her gaze from Tegwin as she replies with, "Something tells me that we are not getting all the information, whether on purpose or on accident. Cordy," and she looks back at Cordy, "do you remember everything before we fell?"
No. There are pieces missing like a puzzle. I feel that there are parts that are missing. I had someone important to me before all of this. I remember no details.
Do you trust me?
Well, so far you have given no reason for me not to, and Philip here seems to like you.
Well, it's always nice when snails like
That's his
you.
voice.
I will continue to keep my eye out for things as you have asked me to do.
Thank you.
I'm only getting like one side of this conversation. But through context clues, I'd like to say that I don't remember much of anything at all. I honestly don't know how I'm this.
What is this?
Whatever this body is.
Oh.
When Doc
interesting.
says that, she's gonna shoot a glance over to Thessalus, try to make his gaze, and she's going to sign, "What do you remember?"
I think Thessalus has been kind of sitting in that same spot watching everyone talk. And especially with this helmet on, it's kind of hard to tell where he's looking. It maybe looks like he wasn't exactly looking at all of you, but as soon as you sign, he straightens up a little bit and will sign. I mean, he'll kind of shrug and got the blinders on. He'll shrug and sign back. Not much. Pieces. Ideas, maybe.
She's gonna glance over at Hugo and kind of gesture for Hugo, and then look over at Róisín and gesture for Róisín to kind of like come and join the rest of them. And once they do, in a hushed voice that only like the party can hear, she's going to say, Hugo, what do you remember before you woke up?
Hugo does not read your sign language.
So
they do not.
She's gonna turn back to Thessalus and just kind of give like a, please.
Oh yeah. Hugo.
I think that as that happens, Hugo kind of sees the frustration as she begins to move her hands, and then Hugo's just staring at you like, no connections being made. And then the frustration happens. She turns to Thessalus, and instead, Hugo just sort of like, there's a moment where they blink, and then there is, you kind of just hear Hugo's voice in your head, and says, I'm so sorry, I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh, there are now two people in my head. This is so much fun for me. I was asking
and then Hugo just like sort of like steps back, not realizing that has happened.
Thessalus is just rambling on the explanation is. So they were thinking that if.
Elanor,
and then Hugo just sort of like, oh, sorry, and then closes the connection without really.
She's gonna like make eye contact with Hugo again and go, in like a reconnect kind of a gesture.
Okay. It's like, hi, hello, is this okay?
Yes, it's just fine. Just keep it open. It'll make life so much easier for the two of us. What do you remember before you woke up?
And then Hugo out loud, based on, and kind of like is answering the question back. So you're asking me what I remember before I woke up, so that those who don't understand the sign language as well or don't have the connection are also hearing the other side of the conversation. I remember that my name is Hugo. And I remember the feeling of having a body. The feeling of being not this. It's almost as if based on the conversations I've had with Doc, there's almost tears to how much some of us can remember. Doc doesn't remember the name. Or didn't remember the name, right?
I don't know what my name was.
Did not remember past. I remember Hugo. I remember the feeling of a body. I remember that this is not me. I don't remember much else. And I'm also starting to realize that things are happening without me realizing that they're happening. Like this connection. I didn't know this was possible.
She's gonna sign and say this to Hugo, so that way the people who understand sign can like hopefully help relay it to the others. And she'll say, I know my name. I know my family's faces. And I know I used to actually talk, but I can't remember why I stopped. I can't remember why my family isn't here. I know, and this is where she stops signing. I know there is a sense of familiarity with Thessalus, and this is just to Hugo. And then she continues signing. I know there is something that doesn't feel right about why I know how to communicate in this way. And then she looks to Róisín. You remember everything, or just about, yes?
Yes.
She's gonna turn back to Tegwin. From the seemingness of it, Tegwin must remember a lot more than we do. I think it is safe to assume that in this moment, the only people that we can trust are each other.
Seems wise.
You're really so distrustful of the Arcanist?
I don't trust anyone that withholds information that could be vital to people remembering who they are.
And you think this is all by choice of Taekwon's?
I think we're not being given all the information, yes.
Fair enough, although, honestly, I don't know, part of me just really feels bad for Taekwon. Can't imagine anything too malicious,
You have
or at least not intentionally so.
you have a life's worth of experience. And
Phew.
knowing and understanding. There are pieces that we're missing. So, I think it's fair that Elanor is distrustful.
I imagine that memory does make it easier for me to be more trusting in this scenario. Or in your shoes.
I don't remember much, but when Elanor said that, I remember the feeling of plans being made without my knowing. And that hurts.
In that case, my advice would be, don't think, feel. Chase that feeling down whatever twisted threads it may lead. And hopefully you'll find a beautiful image at the end, or at least something clear that you can work with. And I think with that, Róisín is going to use his arousing speech feature so that all of you can clear 2 stress if you're still happening.
Oh, that is exactly the amount I had.
Amazing.
It's wise to be wary of those with power. We don't know her intentions, but it seems if she's done something that hadn't been done in 200 years, brought multiple people back from the dead, and it's not even the first try.
I am quite curious about that. About the selection criteria. Not that I mean that as any insult, but like
curious myself.
It also seems like so many people that we come across are aware. Like, oh, you're one of those.
It feels very othering.
As long as they say it in awe and not pejoratively, can't be too upset about it.
But even in awe, it can feel a little demeaning.
Very fair.
At least we have each other.
If we are one of those, then who are the others?
Who came before us?
What happened with the other attempts to bring it back? She said that there were other attempts, but they failed. How did they fail?
Shades, I think.
You know, this might be a wee bit of a radical idea, but we could always just ask. Take one.
No.
Róisín, that doesn't quite play into the narrative that we're trying to create. Completely distrusting
I don't know. Maybe if this was like a story, you'd want to like drip feed in the information so that you weren't getting it all. Maybe it was a story.
When you think someone's mad at you. It's like when you think someone's mad at you and your friend's like, just ask them. And you're like, no.
I truly love a sexy little Shakespearean miscommunication trope.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nothing wrong could happen with that.
Nothing wrong at all.
Well, if nobody wants to, then fair enough, but I'm just saying.
I mean, I think it could potentially be both a boon. I could get those answers that we need. I think giving someone the benefit of the doubt is also something to consider. Right?
And
I
if she
suppose we
lies
all-
to us?
Yeah.
I think that's part of giving people the benefit of the doubt. Because there might be a reason why they're keeping information. It's a lie by omission. It's not a lie by maliciousness.
Well, lies by omission
Both
can
can get
feel
people killed.
malicious.
I mean, things are more complex now than definitely I can get a handle on. I mostly fight things, and much smaller things than we just ran into on that bridge. I'll face anything, but I can't claim to understand this. Maybe Tegwin is trying to ensure that we don't get bogged down in the details.
I'm sure it's been a lot for all of us to digest these past not even a day. And we just haven't had enough time. We've been in a wee bit of a hurry.
Honestly, the downtime feels worse than the action. A lot more to contend with.
At least in the action, you don't have the time to think.
Only for you.
So, I think during this conversation, you see that Cordy has kind of... there's like a couple rocks that are just kind of floating around Cordy's hand, just as he thinks. It's like almost like a stimming thing. And he just... so if we can only trust the few of us, then we need to stick together. Even in this place here, it seems safe, but if one of us makes our bed, the others must stay nearby.
I don't sleep, so I can.
It's hard to get comfortable when you're used to being in a forest and you're now underground.
It also might be helpful for me if Thessalus and Elanor taught me how to sign.
Oh yeah,
I think I've
some basic signs.
taught somebody before. I'm sure I could teach you as well.
I'd love that.
And if I can find where they keep their dead, perhaps I'll be able to learn a bit more about the Tenebrous.
I fear I don't want to ask how that's possible, but I'll let you do that.
Right.
Trust, little doc.
As you all are sitting here, if you wanted to, you can go ahead, Hugo.
No.
Before I
It
do
was
this.
it was very much like a reaction, like, cool. Yeah. Good.
Awesome. I think as you kind of like have looked over at Tegwin a couple times, she finally is finished having her conversation with this older Dracona, and she walks over to your group, and she takes a deep breath and says, "Now that you've all had a little bit of time, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Let's talk." And I think that's where we'll take our break.
Was she
On that
eavesdropping?
How's she know?
It's hard to tell.
How's she know?
Welcome back, everybody. So as you all are collectively sitting together, Tegwin approaches, and seeing that you all have had a moment to converse after she completed her conversation with that older Dracona individual, she would sit down with you all and she would open space and say, I'm here to answer what questions I can. I hope I can answer most of them that may still be lingering. I'll do my best.
Why do only one of us have our memories?
That, I think, is on me. I'm not the best at performing ritualistic magic. First few times were unfortunate. The individuals that I brought back were fine for a time. But then, after a month or two, decided to change. And that's when we learned about shades. Some people call them the withered, but body becomes almost a husk. Attempt number 2. The individuals were able to... That did not happen to them. There are, of course, those that woke up. Some of you may have seen them when we were traversing back here. Immediately just became shades. Cursed by the treacherous Ocularis, what was left behind during the unraveling. Those individuals, unfortunately, didn't make it. We attempted to traverse to a location in the Scarlet Dunes, and we were overrun by a group of treacherous. And then there's you all.
Is there any chance we're like the first group? The one that changed after a month?
No.
How can you be sure?
I figured out my error. It was a simple mistake. I put an extra line through one of the symbols in the ritual. It was an error.
What if it wasn't just a mistake? What if the change to a treacherous is random or natural or not particularly affected by the arcane?
I don't believe that the treacherous are... I think she pauses for a moment.
Oh, and I'm so sorry. I meant to say the change into a shade, not a treacherous.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay, cool. She says, that I am not... As I had said earlier, I'm not the best at... I wasn't trained very long in the ritual aspect of being an Arcanist. So there's perhaps there's things that are still... And she's like, that wouldn't make any sense, though.
Hugo has a quiet moment of thinking of the wriggling network that lives within their body as they ask, were there signs?
Well, some of the shades were infused with, she looks over at Cordy, with certain funguses, none that resemble his, but perhaps that was the case. And I think there would be some calculating going on and she says, that could make sense. It is perfect condition too for
Hugo grasps his great staff a little tighter.
I think she would say, Hugo, is there something more you have that you would like to say?
No, it's all just a little terrifying. I'm just a little perturbed. It's all.
Can I do a vibe check on that?
Yeah, I'll let you go ahead. I will say this, there's if any you know what?
Is it because you're gripping your staff a little bit tighter at the mention of mushrooms? Who's to say? Who's to say?
Okay, I'll let you roll instinct roll for me.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm totally fine with that, by the way. Also,
No,
just
I figured.
While Coda is doing that, can I do an instinct roll on on Tegwin? And if I could, I would like to use my experience, wolf in sheep's clothing, to see if there's something that she's not fully being honest about, like her ability. She's not being honest about who she is in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I got the funniest crit of all time. I got all ones.
All ones? Okay.
Which is funny because my modifier is also a 1, so all ones.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay.
Oops.
Yeah, so
Hugo's just scared. It's in the name, Scarecrow.
I got a 12 with hope.
With hope. Okay. All right. Elanor, is there anything else, like, would you have reacted kind of getting that vibe from Hugo, or do you let it sit and kind of hold on to it for now?
Oh, she's holding on to that. She is. It's very much one of those things where, like, you're in the middle of a conversation and you see something move and your eye, like, darts over to it, but in a very, like, casual way.
Mm-hmm.
And as she, like, registers just how scared Hugo is, she kind of, like, clocks it in the back of her mind. And I think she's going to wait for a moment where Tegwin is talking about something that Elanor probably doesn't care about before reaching out to Hugo mentally to ask.
Okay. As you do that, as you kind of reach out mentally, I'll pivot over to Doc for a moment. Doc, with a 12 with hope, kind of looking at Tegwin, I think in this moment there is it's not necessarily a memory that comes to surface. It comes to the surface. It's more just a looking at someone. I think as you look at Tegwin, you kind of pick up that even though she seems like this, 200 years have passed. She's attempted this a few times. I think you see her for kind of the age she actually is. She's pretty young. Even though all this time has passed, the way things with Arcanist work. But I think what you would gather is this is someone that is just trying to figure stuff out as she goes as best as she can. She doesn't really know what she's doing. She has information and she's just trying to figure it out. It's like fake it till you make it, you know? It's pulling at straws and just trying to fix it without knowing how to. And I think that's what you would pick up on. It's not that she's trying to hide anything. It's just she's trying to hide the fact that she doesn't know what she doesn't really know what she's doing. She's struggling to do the right thing. She's struggling to figure out the right thing to do. And this is the byproduct of things so far.
As Doc clocks that, they'll just put that in there and leave that in their head and not say anything.
But kind of so Elanor, you would have kind of tried to reach into Hugo's mind in that moment. Is there anything you say?
Ooh.
Or will the connection still be there though? I think that's the real question. Yeah. Okay.
I think Elanor will reach out and say, is it the idea of the mushrooms consuming us that scares you? Or is it the idea that we actually aren't entirely certain that we won't turn into shades as much as she guarantees that we aren't?
Hugo startles a little bit. I say, as Elanor returns the favor from earlier. They turn to look at Elanor briefly before keeping their eyes forward on Tegwin, but still keeping the connection open. And there is a hesitation because Hugo knows what their concern is, especially with the information that was shared by Tegwin, but they don't with the way that Elanor has presented herself as this person who doesn't quite... I think Hugo has noticed that Elanor has an immediate reaction to lean towards the negative.
What? No.
And towards being wary of danger, which is a very good thing, especially when we are in a position of being uncertain of what's to happen. But Hugo is alone, and regardless of us having made a pact of we need to stand together, Hugo being the one person who has something different from what Cordy is presenting in regards to being a fun girl, they could potentially be not only just pushed out, but eliminated. And so Hugo hears the question. I don't like mushrooms. That's all. Think they're unsettling. They show up in random places when you least expect it.
I think I'm gonna do another vibe check on you. I'm sorry.
I mean, you did crit earlier.
Because I think for her, it's like there is no way a dislike of mushrooms is enough to make someone get that tense over the mention of people like getting infected by these mushrooms.
Hey, mycophobia is a real thing.
So true. You're so right.
It is so true.
Not me. I love mushrooms. But Hugo is like, huh.
But I think it's for her. It's like because you're right. She is kind of a skeptical individual that I think she doesn't entirely buy it.
Yeah.
Should I roll? Do you want me to roll again?
I think. I mean, I think if you're gonna try and pry more, it's just giving me potentially more fear. So sure, yeah, you can roll another instinct check. Yeah, I'm down.
Well, no, I don't want to.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the risk.
Wait.
That's a risk with Daggerheart.
Okay, I rolled really well, but unfortunately, Kylie, I did give you your wish. You said this is an instinct? I got a 17 with fear.
Damn.
Okay. So I mean, I think I'll let Angie. I'll let you kind of explain, like with a little bit more. With Elanor kind of prying a little bit more on Hugo on this. So
I think to kind of like flavor text it, this is the one time that she like cuts away from. Okay. She cuts away from Tegwin and gives Hugo this look of like, I'm not buying it, before turning back to Tegwin and saying, you know, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but I will say I'm very good at keeping secrets, considering the whole not talking thing.
Was this told to Hugo?
Yeah, just through their connection after she looked away.
I am afraid of the change, and I am afraid to become a victim of it. And I am afraid that there is uncertainty because in week's time, month's time, 2 months' time, we could all be subject to the same thing that the people before us were subject to. I understand that Tegwin feels like it's different now. But things being different now aren't particularly feeling very good as of late. I am just simply afraid of the change. I'm afraid of losing myself more than I've already lost myself.
I'm no stranger to extreme changes. And so all I will simply say is that while my change is obviously quite different than yours, and I will never truly understand how you feel other than a similarity in the fear of change, we have nothing but each other. Regardless of any change that will come. This is a strange new world. And the only thing that I have to trust is you five. I've put myself in harm's way for Róisín. I will put myself in harm's way for you, no matter whose sword is at the other side.
Hugo gives a small nod as they...
It's all right with you. I think I'd rather sit in my mind for a bit.
My mind is open when you need it.
And Hugo closes the connection. Simply if just to think that, yes, we are here to protect one another, but what is it going to be if it's one of us that everyone is protecting everyone else from?
Mm. Damn.
Heavy.
Yeah. Tegwin.
Yes, Cordy.
You've mentioned that the shades were infected with a fungus. I happen to be an expert in that department.
Well, perhaps we could track one down and maybe start there, get a better understanding. Maybe figure out some of the questions that are here. My own personal questions. I am by no means an expert in this field.
If they're infected with some sort of sickness, I think I can be of some use as well.
Very good.
A team effort. We'll all put our heads together. I think Cordy looks to the rest of the group. Knowing what we now know, if I show any signs of becoming one of these things, I give you all permission to end it. Immediately.
As do I.
How would you like to go? Out of curiosity.
In a way that won't hurt you all.
You would hurt anyway.
But I must return to the web from whence I came. And that is all. And I think Cordy will kind of just kind of awkwardly take his leave for the moment to go and think about things as well.
Tegwin looks to the group that still remains and says, any other questions I might be able to answer? I'm sorry that some of my answers are lacking.
I have one request. If any of us begin to turn, it is you who disposes of us. And she's going to up and leave.
I think you just see her look down and she just shakes her head without...
I guess question of mine would be, it seems the process of bringing us back is not very specific. Multiple tries, multiple failures, a few successes. Do you have a specific plan for us, or are we just back now and
Yes,
things need fixing?
I do have a plan. I also have lost, or my memories were scattered. But I've started to recover some. And there's a place a few days' travel from here. The Loch of Baladon. I remember before the unraveling happened, I hid these things known as the Mystic Tablets, and each of them can be utilized to reignite the astrolabe that the Arcanist built. I only know of I think that's where one of them is located. There are 3. But if my memory serves me right, if we're able to find all 3 of them, we should be able to reactivate the astrolabe. And I think then we might be able to travel to the faraway and see if they might have any answers on how to stop the Tenebrous and Ocularis. It was a way the Arcanists before me were able to pierce the veil to that location.
Well, that sounds far out of my expertise. Not much of one for stick tablets and astrolabes and all. But if I can help ensure that happens, as long as I'm back and as long as I'm standing, I'm happy to stand for fixing all of this.
I appreciate that, Thessalus. Sorry, continue. I apologize for interrupting.
I was going to ask if there's somewhere to wash up.
Yes.
I was buried until not too long ago, so.
I understand. Just head down the tunnel way there. There's an opening, and there's actually some hot springs down. So if you need to go get a good soak.
Thanks.
Of course. And I think at that moment, she looks over to Doc, and then I think it lingers there for a moment. And she says, "Any questions for you?"
I think the questions I have right now have been answered to the best of your ability.
All right. I know not everyone's here. A few have walked off, but...
I have a question, although it might be a wee bit private.
Sure. Perhaps we can take a moment.
Yes.
Doc, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Sure, if you want to come with me, Róisín.
Yes, of course.
And I think she would just get up and kind of look at everyone that's still here and just nod solemnly and follow Róisín. When was the last time we saw each other? It was...
Oh, it's been ages at this point.
Well, of course, a couple 100 years, but...
Yes.
How old was I? Maybe 12 at that point, I think, when I met you?
Thereabouts. Who was I with at the time?
Oh. Believe... Ovar. Yes. Bit of a trickster.
Oh, yes, of course, but... What can I say? I do like the rogues.
He taught me a lot.
Nothing good. I'm thankful for it.
I mean, some good things, yes, but... I can throw a dagger pretty well, but...
Not even using her hands, just your eyes alone.
Not as well as I used to, but
Oh.
I still can when the timing's right. Learn to be a little bit more patient. You have to be. But you had a question, Róisín.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was mostly a wee bit of a deception. I wanted to see how you were doing amidst all of this.
If I'm being honest, Róisín, I don't know. I question what I'm doing. Whether what bringing you all back was... No, I don't want to say a mistake, but... It's people needed hope. As an Arcanist, there's so much responsibility put on you. And as you remember, it was only 4 years before I became one. But before I met you, I became one. So, I don't know. I hope that in time, perhaps there'll be more. I understand if there's a bit of distrust.
Yeah. Who would have thought all that time with the Arcanists would have taught you to play politics a wee bit better, but
I never liked it.
No. So, Róisín's just gonna reach out and pull Tigwin into a big hug, wrap his wings around her. After all this time, you're still such a child.
Yeah. I think she just says yes, and then I think she just leans into Róisín, kind of hidden behind the wings, and just cries into his shoulder.
There, little Arcanist. In the grand scheme of things, I'm a child too.
Well, I hope what I'm doing is the right thing, Róisín. I don't know, though. It feels right. But I go on feeling, not... I hope my feeling's not wrong about doing what I've done.
Don't think, just stay with those feelings and hopefully they'll lead the way to something good.
I hope so.
You're an inspiration to us all.
I'll see. All right, and I think she just... All right, put on a face. As they used to say. Don't cry, Tigwin. You have responsibilities. But...
You'll get used to it when you get older.
Yes. I hope so. I'll get there. But I suppose I should let them know where we're heading next.
Follow me. Age before beauty.
I think that gets a little smile out of her, and she leans in close, and I think she gives, if he would be okay with it, I think she would give him a little kiss on the cheek, just as a,
of course,
as a thank you, and just like kind of touches his face. Thanks, Róisín.
Always.
And yeah, I think she would kind of pivot within the winged embrace and step over and kind of make her way towards... I think she would stop individually to everyone and say, rest up today. And if you all are willing, you still have a choice. By morning, let me know if you are willing to follow me. We'll head for the Loch of Baladon and try and find one of the mystic tablets and hope that I left some type of clue where the rest of them are. And yeah, I think that's what she would do. She would say that to everyone and go for a walk.
I think as she says that to Cordy, Cordy says, well, I'll be with you. Before we leave, though, do you know where they keep their dead?
Yes. we typically cremate.
From the attack a few days prior.
How did you know about that?
I've been told.
All right. Follow me. And she will lead him down the path. Within the tunnels.
Cool.
Yeah, as she goes and kind of as we go through a couple moments here, is there, ooh, that was fun. Does anybody else, yeah, I think, like I said, she would tell everybody as she goes through and gives you till morning. That choice is still there. But she would lead you down to, down the hall towards this space where they keep the dead. Before she brings you in though, Cordy, is there anything else amongst the group, anything else anybody would like to do kind of as we fade into a long rest? Thessalus.
Yeah, I think Thessalus would find his way to the baths that Tegwood mentioned. Kind of being his first time away from other people. Yeah, kind of walking into this steamed room, kind of a place of comfort, which is even further divided from the action that he was experiencing, and kind of this place of temporary rest, I guess, that kind of the cots and everyone kind of hang out in the other room is. And realizing that he's alone, I think he'll kind of make his way to either a small bath or if there's a basin of some kind with water. He will begin to remove his helmet and kind of pieces of dirt and things falling out from all the packed earth and stuff from having been buried for 200 years. As he pulls it off, he has kind of this long, very disheveled from wearing a helmet all the time, like wavy black hair and a beard that's clearly grown on for a little too long, as he doesn't keep up with much below the mask. But he has a strong brow and nose and chin and kind of, recognizable, classically handsome features that he seems to put very little effort into, and as much as, or at least attention to, and as much as the rest of his body is covered in scars and things like that, his face seems mostly untouched. And he'll kind of rinse the helmet off, kind of knocking out bits of dirt, rinse his face a bit, trying to get some of the sweat and dirt and stuff out of his hair and out of his beard and stuff like that. And then when he feels he's mostly kind of washed himself, he will replace the helmet back on top of his head and climb into a bath to soak for a while.
Heck yeah.
I think Róisín would find his way down to the baths at some point eventually, just from all the dirt and grime it has been collecting. And just walk in. Do you normally bathe with your helmet on?
It's maybe silly, but I earned this helmet, and most of who I am in this helmet. And what's underneath, maybe I don't feel I earned the same way. Never felt like it was mine. But this helmet is mine.
Well, far be it for me to judge anyone for their eccentricities. It'll leave me just more curious than anything.
Well, you have plenty of eccentricities yourself, I guess.
Why, thank you for noticing. So, I've half a mind about you. I can only think that someone would keep a helmet on if either they're terribly ugly or incredibly handsome and want to protect it.
Well, I guess perhaps one day you'll find out.
Well, I know. That's optimistic thinking.
It seems we'll be spending a lot of time around each other. I can't wear it forever.
By all means, if you need your progress taken, feel free to come back at a later time.
No, that's fine if you'd like to join me. There's space.
Very well.
Amazing. So, come in. And I'll describe a little bit more of the room. So it's a pretty big space, probably about, it's kind of like a half circle. There's 2 hot springs here. One of them is kind of up on a platform. It's in the ground, but it's like up on a raised piece of earth. And then the other one's a little bit lower, and there's like a pathway leading up. But yeah, they're both steaming. Yeah. It's quite comfortable in here.
Róisín, I think, pulls out from as we wanders back just a series of like vials of oils and lotions, shampoos and conditioners, just a whole beauty routine sort of packed away that he's slowly just like working his way through. Just like the light scent of rose mixing with the steam.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thessalus finds that especially calming.
Oh yeah.
I think there's something just about the ritual of sort of taking care of yourself that's innately healing.
I can see that. I think maybe I don't put enough attention there. Try to stay clean, of course, but self-care is not my strong suit.
Well, so long as you're clean and sweetly smelling, I won't complain too much. By all means, you feel free to borrow what I have, but I imagine some of it will be difficult with the helmet on.
Well, I'll take a day to shave someday.
So you have a beard under there.
You got me, I guess. You get that one for free.
So as the 2 of you sit here in the hot spring, there's so much steam in here for many reasons. We push out of this space. Is there anything kind of as we Elanor.
So as we shift from this scene, we shift over to Elanor, who's kind of found a pouty corner. For lack of a better term, she is 100% in a pouty corner. She kind of like sits there letting herself fume for a little bit before deciding that she wanted to take it out in some way that was non-violent, believe it or not, for her. And so she takes out of her pack this very simple notebook journal looking thing. It's leather bound. She undoes the ties and she begins to flip through it. And there are various different things within this book. There are drawn landscapes, forests, mountains, a couple of villages. There are even drawings, portraits of people. Some of them look kind of similar to her. If someone were to look over her shoulder, they would infer that it was perhaps her family. She lingers on that page for a moment before flipping it again. And there's a couple of other individuals who all seem ranger, druid, in their clothing and their demeanor. And she continues to flip. She lands on a page with a man who she can't quite place before flipping again, and it becomes less of that man and becomes more pages of, once again, landscapes, but also of the man that was just described before he put his helmet back on. There are portraits of him asleep. There are portraits of him smiling. With a beard, without a beard. You could infer that perhaps they have spent a lot of time together. It's just a shame that she cannot remember it.
Oh my God.
And so she flips through it, and it's almost starting to piss her off more again that she cannot place who it is, because her heart starts to almost like leap out of her chest at these drawings. Like she knows who this is. She knows how she feels about this individual. She just doesn't know who it is, and it's pissing her off until she finally finds a blank page and she begins to just draw some of the people within this cavern. She draws the mushrooms, and it is the first time that she has drawn Thessalus with his helmet on in her journal.
As you're doing that, I like, because I was going to have Doc come up to you anyway. I would love, like Doc was standing there for a few seconds, and they go, "Who was that?"
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna write this down?
Yeah, she, like, as she's doodling, I think you'll notice too, if you were standing there, like interjected with a lot of these like landscapes and portraits, there are like conversations that obviously you don't only get one side of. They become less prevalent the more we see the ones of Thessalus without his helmet. In fact, I would say there's at least 4 or 5 pages that have just him or the landscapes that they were, or even like the sky. Like there's a couple of constellations as well. But yeah, she writes down, I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to, like, I don't know. I just saw you were by yourself, and I came up and saw there were a lot of pictures of the same person. I was wondering who it was.
I don't know. They seem important, though. There's 2 of them that have a few pages. You'll also notice that with the other individual, there isn't any writing either. There's a little bit, but again, after a couple pages, it goes away. I don't know. And she flips back to the first man. The first man is very beautiful in a very sleek, slender kind of a way. I could probably best describe him as like an Aaron Taylor Johnson if he were to play Loki kind of a vibe.
Got it.
And then
and then she flips. Pre-Craven?
It's Róisín. Oh yeah, we're talking, I would say like if it was him in Godzilla, but with longer hair, kind of a vibe. And then she flips and we see the art of Thessalus without his helmet on. But she goes, with that first man, I get this sense that something bad happened either with him or because of him. I don't know entirely what it is. The only thing that I can think of is this feeling of spiders crawling down my neck. And with him, and she flips back to the ones of Thessalus, there's a sense of comfort and warmth and safety.
That's nice. I hope you can find him.
Well, I was looking for him when we walked into this cavern. I don't think he's here.
He might still be out there somewhere.
Wherever he is, I hope it's nice. He deserves that.
You deserve that too.
Maybe.
I think most people deserve that.
I think we were brought back for more than just Tegwin's doing, and I think my happy ending revolves around something that I have to complete. I just don't know what it is.
If it's any solace, and I don't know that it's much, I don't think Tegwin knows what it is either. I think she's sort of flying by the seat of her pants and might be a little in over her head. Something that I recognize but can't place.
Do you like being called Doc?
I don't mind it.
Would you prefer something else?
I don't know what else there would be to be called. Sort of all I know now.
Well, perhaps we can find something better. Not that Doc isn't good. Doc is very good. I meant something that describes more of what you are capable of. Or something that describes you as an individual and not what your occupation is, if that makes sense.
I think that makes sense. It seemed like you wanted to be in your own thoughts, so I'll go away if you'd like.
I don't mind company while I draw. Plus, if you're close to me, it'll help me get all the details of your face.
Oh, thank you.
And she'll start drawing Doc first.
Love it. So as you start sketching Doc, we'll shift away. Is there anything Hugo would kind of do into the evening? And then, yeah. Oh, I think you're muted.
You muted.
You're all good. Happens all the time. It's like a rite of passage.
No, I think Hugo has had enough for the day.
Yeah.
And they also don't really sleep, but I think there is a certain welcoming sensation of rest that comes with just sitting there and zoning out.
Yeah, love it. Awesome. So as Hugo just takes that time to rest, kind of zoning out as you described, we'll pivot back over to Cordy. Cordy, as you walk into this space, you see laying on kind of these stone slabs are two figures. The first one you would see is a they have like cloths over their body, like up to their necks essentially. You would see a human man, kind of like bronze skin, and kind of short dark hair, a bit of scruff, a little slender build, and then next to on the other spot, you would see this Qatari. They have kind of this cat humanoid individual. They kind of have like a blue-gray colored fur, imagine like a Russian blue merle cat, short hair, laying there. And Tegwin says, "These are the two that have not been, that was going to be laid to rest soon. Further, but what are you planning to do?"
I think Cordy kind of walks to the center of the room, and kind of looks at the two of them, and which one looks worse, like they were hurt more.
I would say it was the Qatari. Yeah.
Cordy just walks over to the Qatari and, like, kind of without answering Tegwin, just like puts a hand on the chest of the Qatari. And I'm going to use my death connection feature. So while touching a corpse that has died recently, I can mark a stress to extract a memory from the corpse related to a specific emotion or sensation of my choice. So I am looking to see memories of the attack. I want to know, I want to study the Tenebrous in the memory that I see. In order to better understand them for us to fight them later.
Okay. As you extract that information, It's unique. You feel in your mind you feel the web extending out into this body, and, going into the memories, this flow. Oh, go ahead.
I think as that happens and we see that where Cordy touches the corpse, there's like a spreading of fungus or like a dark kind of mark that begins to spread through the body as it begins to kind of deteriorate from where Cordy presses into it.
Amazing. Okay. So, as you do that, the delicacy, the being delicate about it, you pull in those memories, and you would see this Qatari and this human in the middle of a fight with a Tenebrous. And you would see one that kind of almost has this, it's floating in air, kind of wisping, billowing cloak beneath it. And you would see it uttering an incantation, and you would see on the human man's, across kind of, like there's a part of his shirt that's ripped there. You would see this mark form on him, this mark of the, it looks like an eye, essentially. And you would see as that individual, this kind of mage like Tenebrous does that, you would see the rest of the Tenebrous swarm him, almost called to this mark, as they try and tear at him. You would see the Qatari grab a bow and launch an arrow at this mage figure, striking them down. And in that, you would see the marking starts to fade on the individual. But there is some type of, I think you would see it starting to fade, but then it pulses again. And you see he's just like, that individual is trying to like almost purge it from his body as he's continuing to fight, until they are ultimately struck down. So what you gather kind of in that vision is it seems like there are Tenebrous that can mark you and it's the eyes reminiscent of the stars in the sky, seeming to draw attention to that individual, this mark of Ocularis. And you would see that seems to be a technique that they utilize in combat, kind of focusing in on that. And I think too, what you would see kind of in more detail is because everyone has inherent Dwemer within them. Everybody's made up of Dwemer, or aspects of it. You would see it's kind of pouring out, and the Tenebrous almost starts salivating this hunger. Once it's almost like releasing like a Dwemer pheromone out to them, essentially. Whoa. This mark. So that's what you would get in that moment as you see that.
And I think I pull back as we see that at this point, as I come out of the vision, the chest of the Qatari has almost caved in and started to grow fungus and mushrooms from around where my hand was. And I kind of pull back and I look over at the human. Does the human still have the eye, or has it fully faded in death?
It is. You know, like if someone was like wearing like like say you were wearing like fishnets and you get a sunburn, how it leaves like there would be like the lines. Mm-hmm. You see it's very faint, but the marking is still there as you kind of look to see it.
I think Cordy pulls out like a small notepad and just crudely draws that symbol, before closing it and turning back to Tegwin. Well, certainly interesting.
Yes.
What do you know of this mark?
I know that those that bear it are more... The Tenebris are more attracted to them. They tend to attack them first. He was a strong fighter. Very strong.
Can they all mark in this way?
Particularly ones that... Not all of them. These individuals that have done these marks tend to stay in the back, away from the main fight.
Good. Seems like you must get them first, before more harm can be done.
Yes. Well, we should share that with the others, I would assume.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Of course. And I think she would just place like a little on the arm. Cordy, she says, make sure you get some rest. We're leaving in the morning if you choose to come. You said you were coming. Never mind. Sorry. My apologies, Cordy.
Hey, I'm the one that's supposed to be forgetting things.
Oh, if that was the case. And she's going to turn around and I think she'll, leave Cordy as he continues to sketch. And I think as she does, maybe we end on a close-up shot of Cordy finishing that sketch of the eye as it just stares at us as we fade away.
Creepy.
And that's where we'll end our second episode of The Last Arcanist.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, y'all. Hell yeah. Cool, everybody. Well, there we go, episode 2. Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. I want to do a quick go around. If everybody wants to shout out, I'll put them, they'll be below me, but if people want to shout out where they can find you on the interwebs, maybe any other project you're working on, or just, hey, where they can find you, follow you, support you, as we tell this story. So yeah, I will, I'll go, I'm going to go from my screen. I'm going to go from bottom right all the way up to top left. So I'm going to start with JD.
Cool. You can find me, Instagram's probably the best place. 2 places. One is at JasonDNLdea, and the other is at JDA.made.it, I guess. Jada made it. That's most of my TTRPG stuff. Otherwise, if I'm in local shows around here in LA or anything like that, you'll find that on Jason Dean Aldea. But that's pretty much it for me.
Hell yeah, awesome. And we'll pass it over to Jake.
Hi, I'm Jake. You can find me on Dicescape stuff. I do our audio. I play Reed. Other things. I don't know. I did not expect me next. Sorry. I'm in a band called Psychic of Orange. You can find us online. We are trying to put out our next album. It's coming together. We've been working on it for a long time. I want people to hear it. My socials are Hello Sturgis, HELLOSTURGIS. Sturgis is also the name of my solo music project, of which there's one song out. You can go and check that out if you want to. It's called Confused, which I often am.
Amen.
There we go.
There we go. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Jake.
Same.
Awesome. We'll pass it over to Angie. Where can we find you? What are you working on?
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Angie Agonthetic on the internet. You can find me at Agonthetic anywhere, and more often than not, more than likely, every Sunday night over on Tales Archived. Every Sunday at 5 p.m. playing our ongoing D&D campaign, Known Realms Tolesh. By the time that this episode comes out, I will probably have a new character. We'll see.
Yo.
Yeah, the previous character story is coming to a close. We're starting a brand new adventure. But aside from that, you can check me out in places such as the Secret Nerd Podcast, Ghost Underground podcast. You can also check me out over on Imagination Arcade's Eat the Reich 3-shot that we did. And yeah, just all over the internet. Just
hell yeah.
hello.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you, Angie. I love the little thumbs up at the end.
I don't know what that has become my thing. I'm just like, and that's me. I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
Very Fallout coded.
Amazing. I know. I was gonna say it's like my little rubber ducky. He's got the little thumbs up, wink. Amazing. Oh, we'll pass it over to Aubrey. Where can we find you? What you working on?
Yes, it is me, Aubrey. You can find me on Instagram and Threads at Aubrey_Liliana with a bunch of A's at the end. Otherwise, you'll never believe this, but I'm on Dicescape doing this, and I might be doing other things in the future. Who knows? And if you want to consider this my audition, you want to cast me in a ttrpg, I'll do it. Here's my social security number. And
that's valuable for
but yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Oh, we're doing okay. I love it. All right, passing it over to Coda.
Hi. My name is Dakota. You can find me here at Dicescape. I help with social media, and Kylie is holding me hostage in her basement to help her with like story ideas and stuff. So that's a lot of fun for me. It's really nice down here. You can also find me at the Strangers Guild on their Soulbound stream, which I actually have to go and record right after this. I am on most social media platforms at Western Dakota, sometimes with a dot, sometimes with an underscore. And yeah.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
I'm really good at this.
Thank you. No, you're all good. Thank you, Coda. And then finally, last but not least, Thomas, where can we find you?
Yes, you can find me at The Rogue Among Us on most places. And then if you're interested in like playing games or learning how to write games, you can go check out Irreality's Twist Tales. I'm a writer and story coach over there, and it's a fun time.
Oh, hell yeah. That's amazing. Awesome. Hell yeah. Cool. Well, everybody, thank you for doing a little shout outs. I'll wrap us up here. I'm Kylie Rose. You can find me all over the interwebs at Critical Rose with a K. And also follow at the Dicescape so we can support these amazing creators, these storytellers. In addition to that, you can find me on other Dicescape shows. Of course. Got some cool stuff in the works. Never Stop Leveling Up will be coming out in August, which I'm really, really pumped about. It's going to be a fun one. Already started recording that. Going to be in a couple actual plays coming up here. And you can find me over on Start Playing. Look out. Sometimes there's campaigns open. It's been kind of crazy. And then finally, I'll say... oh my gosh, I literally had something and it disappeared out of my mind palace. But yeah, follow us. Follow at the Dicescape. And just come support these amazing storytellers wherever they are. They make these stories special. So with that said, we'll send it off there. Come back, join us, escape the mundane for a little bit, and we'll see you in the realms of Atalantia when we return to the last Arcanist. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.